This is question 8 on problem solving from the 2009 TSA. So we have a conference table which is made up of 3 trapezia that are separated by these 2 hinges and they can swing around on them, and therefore which one of these shapes below could not be made from this table? So firstly, do we think A can be made? Well, let's draw in our hinges. If we keep it the same way up, so we have our hinges in these corners, how do we get from this to this? Well, you can imagine we've just swung each of these trapeze here on the side towards each other slightly to give shape A. So this one looks like it can be made. What about B? Maybe not quite as obvious, but how can we help ourselves? Or maybe if we draw in the trapezia, it'll become clearer. So we can see one is up here, and so the missing line will be here, and the remaining shape is made of 2 trapezia sharing this edge. So where do we put our hinges? Well, let's keep this as the one that's at the top. And so we have a hinge down here and a hinge here. And how can we make the shape from that? Well, you can imagine this trapezium swinging upwards and the other one coming in to the bottom to fill its space. So this looks like it can definitely be made from the table. Now what about C? Well, again, let's firstly separate it into the trapezia. So we have 2 sticking up, so the other lines that we can't see must be like this. Then what about the hinges? Again, let's keep this central one as our central feature. So we have a hinge on the bottom corners of this, like so. And can we make this shape from that? Well, you can imagine each of the trapezia on the side swinging upwards, like so. So this face connects to this face, and that would form the shape here. So again, C can definitely be made by this table. Now, how about D? So again, firstly, let's draw in our trapezia. So we have one on top, then the remaining 2 stacked together like so. Then where would we put our hinges? So if we keep the trapezium that's this way up as our central one here, then we'd have a hinge on the bottom left connecting to one trapezium. But then how can we connect the other hinge to the other trapezium? Well, we can't. This hinge would be broken in 2, like so. And, well, maybe there's another way we can draw it and have a different trapezium as our central one here. But if you think about it, this trapezium on top has both of its acute corners pointing out away and not connected to anything. And we know that each trapezium is connected to at least one other via this corner. So there's no way we can make the shape from this table. So D is wrong. Then finally, what about E? Where are our trapezia? So we can see we have one down here, and so its missing line would be there. Then the remaining shape is made up by 2 trapezia like so. And now where do our hinges go? If we keep this top one as the top one down here, we'd have a hinge here and here. And can we make the shape by swinging this table? Well, you can imagine that this trapezium was made by swinging this one all the way up, and the other one just comes in slightly until it touches this one, like so. So we can definitely make E from the table, which means our final answer, as the shape that cannot be made from the table, must be D.